Hello, everyone. Welcome to our special Halloween edition of Ask Me Anything. I am a captain, something that I just found in our costume box. So we'll see how long this hat lasts. Hope everyone has some awesome trick or treat plans with families, some cute costumes. Just enjoys the holidays. I know it's kind of a silly one, but I like to have a good time with it. So if you're dressing up, Captain Jessie. If you're dressing up tonight, let us know what you're dressing up as. I would love to hear it. And let us know where you're coming in from, what your focus is in real estate. So this session, we're just doing open-ended, ask me anything. I do have some questions that I get like pretty commonly, but honestly, I hope I don't have to use them because I am really, really here to support whatever you need. So within real estate, there is no question off limits. I am happy to answer anything. I have done wholesaling, creative finance, dabbled in Airbnb. Obviously our bread and butter is long-term rentals, direct to seller marketing, self-management, working with property management. I really have done a lot of everything. So again, nothing off limits. And I will ask to do me a favor. So I go live with a software called StreamYard, and I'm not actually able to see who comments unless you allow Facebook. So if you can do me a favor and give permission, it takes literally 1 second, and then I can see who I'm talking to. Because I do see some questions coming in, but I don't know who they are. So let's see. Lizzie says that she's thing 2 at work. I did see her earlier today, and it's a very adorable thing too. And then Chili, that's a costume. The mom from Bluey with the kiddos. Nice. So double costume. I love it. Love it. I'm here to talk about real estate, y'all. So let's hear it. Shoot me your questions. Let's see. Adam asks, am I going to the Ohio AREA Summit in Mason, Ohio? And I'm not this year. I've been in the past, and it's a really fantastic meetup. I was introduced to REI Black Book, which was a CRM software that I used in the direct to seller space for a long time. So that was really kind of business changing. I probably never would have even known about that software. That was a really good one. You're going to meet awesome people. I know you're sponsoring it, so you're going to get some awesome business. I think they have like 1,000 people coming or something. So yeah, it's a great event. I'm not going this year, but I have been in the past, and I hope to in the future. Okay, so we have a comment. With a tremendous amount of growth within my rental portfolio in the last few years, how many active rehabs do I find manageable? Who asked me this? This is Anna. Awesome, Anna. This is a great question. So how many do we find manageable? The number has changed. It was less than it is now, of course, right? Because as we get more comfortable, as our mindset shifts to know what we can accomplish, then your horizon broadens. So when I started, I was like freaking out with one. And it's because I was counting every penny. If I got a quote for, I was subbing everything out, which takes a lot more time. If I got a quote that was $100 more than I thought it would be, than I thought it should be, I was going out to get 5 more quotes, and I was going to save every single penny. And it was great learning, It's not scalable. That is not scalable. To get to the point for the growth that we've seen, I had to let go of a lot of details like that. Our GC quotes the project. I don't sub anything out myself anymore. Our GC quotes the project. We do the work. And if change orders come up, something unforeseen or something I want to change, which is pretty rare, then we adjust the timeline and the cost, and we continue. I walk through at the beginning, at the middle, but sometimes not at the middle, and definitely at the end of the project. So we're always doing a punch list. That's super, super important that you are there with your contractor, with your checklist, you or someone, a trusted representative if you're investing remotely. So those 3 walkthroughs, and I'm not pinching any pennies. If they tell me that's how much it costs, like, I have found over the years that even if I'm paying slightly more, the fact that I can do multiple at the same time, I'm coming out tens of thousands of dollars ahead in the long run because I can buy more real estate, right? So I started with 1. Our goal now is to have 1 to 2 properties in every step of the BRRRR process. So 2 under contract to buy, 2 in renovation, 2, vacant, getting rented, 2 in refinance. And then, repeat takes about an hour for each property. We do a lot of kind of bookkeeping, and we do a post-mortem analysis to see how the project came out. What did we learn? So that one I don't necessarily have in the process, but between the 4 first letters, I like to have 2 at all times. So between purchase and being stabilized, we honestly have 8 to 10 projects at any given time. And I'm able to do it because I outsource. I built my team. I trust my team. I could not do this without them. So that's kind of where I started, and then the path to get to doing 8 to 10 at a time. Next steps, I've dabbled. I don't know if I should say this on a recording, but I've dabbled with the challenge next year, 52 properties in 52 weeks, which is crazy but doable. And that's going to be the system we have now, but on steroids, right? So even more trust in my team, faster pace, faster payments from me, just everything but more and faster. So figuring out if that's something that we want to do. But that would be the next step from where we are now, right? Oh gosh, Lizzie says, please do it. Y'all, the encouragement it's insane. Someone told me 104 in 52 weeks. I say, you're out of your mind. So thinking really thinking of 52 and 52. All right, y'all, throw your questions in. Someone asks, not 104. Stop saying that. What do we have? I see a question, but I don't know who it is. Real time. Okay, well, I don't know who asked this, but how much money and time realistically can it take to get to 10K a month in cash flow? That's a fantastic question. Really good question. With interest rates where they are now, full transparent answer is it's going to take longer and more properties than it took even a year ago, 2 years ago. During COVID, we were buying, but shoot, if I knew what I know now, we would be cash flow rich. There are numerous advantages to buying real estate. Cash flow is only one of them. And in my opinion, it is the least sexy. So you have your appreciation, increase in value over time, principal pay down, someone else is paying down your mortgage. I mean, that's pretty cool, right? You owe the bank, but someone else pays it. You have your tax advantages. You can easily offset, if you have a decent portfolio, 100% of your active income. That's something that we strive to every year. So your tax advantages, people overlook that so much. And then you have, your bonus, cash out, if you can find a deal that, you can pull cash out at the refi, and credit card points. That's my secret bonus. We haven't paid to travel in 4 years, at all. So to the question though, how long will it take? How many properties will it take to get to 10K in cash flow? And the answer is, right now we're underwriting at $100 a door cash flow. So you would need, in this scenario, if you're only operating cash flow, 100 properties. Okay. So that feels discouraging. I say it out loud. I hear it. That's like, oh my gosh, Jessie, I could never do that. I'm not asking you to go get 100 properties because the advantages in the other areas offset. So if you were buying where rates are now, and you held on for 5 years, you have 5 years of principal pay down, you have 5 years of appreciation, 5 years of equity growth. And, based on projections, of course, no one has a crystal ball, but projections say that rates will be coming down in the next couple of years. So at that point, you have all this equity and you can go refinance. Can you get, potentially pull out 100, 200,000, 300,000, depending on your portfolio? We've done that. So cash flow today, not super exciting. Long-term benefits of owning real estate, absolute gold. Super, super exciting. So if you're trying to live on the cash flow today, still buy the real estate, but you're going to have to keep your day job. Hate to say it. All right. That was, I feel like a bubble burster, but I want to set proper expectations. Yeah, Melissa says, heck yes, credit card points. Y'all, I'm telling you, flights, rental cars, Airbnbs, I don't know, what else do you do to travel? Hotels. Like, I literally have not paid for it. My wife and I have a companion pass through Southwest, so we just buy one flight with points. We fly for free. Like, if you can hack credit cards, that is a whole separate stream of income. Like that, there's real, if you're good at it, there's real money there. We have, okay. How did we arrange the funds to scale to 70 rentals in 3 years? Turnkey acquisitions? No. I don't buy turnkey. I would only if it's still at 75% of ARV minus repairs. There's a graphic that I'm working on that I hope to have out later this week that like really explains this really well. Oh God, I'm too short. So if, for the sake of math, 100, this is the example I always use. So if there's $140,000 ARV, that's what it's worth after it's fixed up. 75% of that is loan to value. That's what the bank will give you. Puts you at 105. So if you're at 5K holding, you have $100,000 to work with between purchase and rehab. So you can meet that same goal by doing a 10%, $10,000 purchase and $90,000 rehab. Okay. That's big. That's risky. Probably wouldn't recommend it, but you could. That gets you to the 100 all in. Or you could do a $90,000 purchase and a $10,000 rehab. Okay. So which of those is going to be easier and less risky? Obviously, the smaller rehab. So I don't buy turnkey necessarily, but if I was still at 75% all in, I absolutely would. We're actually buying one right now that needs about 10,000 in work, which is far less than what we normally do. We're normally like 30 minimum. So if the numbers work, absolutely. But the point is I was able to scale because I added the value and I pulled my money back out at the time of refinance. Not only my money, but my private lender's money. I pulled hard money back out. I paid those lenders off so I could turn around and use their money again. If you have one lender who can fund, $100,000, if you're fast, you can cycle through that 3 times a year. That same person with $100K is $300K. If you're a little bit slower and new, that's totally fine. You can cycle through it twice in a year, the same money. So that's, you have one lender for $200K or for 100. Think of it as 200 if you're turning it over, right? So that's how I was able to do it, is like you just use the same money over and over and over. What else do we have, y'all? These are great questions. Keep them coming. Also, let me know what you are for Halloween and how much candy you plan to eat. What is your main source of deals right now? So honestly, spot on. These are this is exactly where I'm buying. So wholesalers have been awesome. I was in direct to seller marketing myself for 4 years. First 2 years, I was exclusively wholesaling. I didn't really have a lot of capital. I also didn't really know how to do it. So I was making a lot of mistakes. But in that time, I was able to save it up enough to like start keeping my own deals. So I know what goes into wholesaling, and it is so much work. If anyone ever tells you, oh, just like get into wholesaling, it's like so easy, they're lying to you. It's a lot of work. So I don't mind paying a wholesale fee for them to do all that legwork. And they bring me a beautiful packaged product. We have the same one with all it needs is 10K, is brought to me last Thursday from a wholesaler, straight to me. The numbers worked. So we're closing it today, actually right after this. Closing it today, and I don't even know what the fee is, and I don't even care. So happy to pay him, because I did less than an hour of work running my numbers, like no problem. MLS, there are definitely deals out there. They have more competition because there are, just more eyes on it. But they're definitely there. Look for like the higher days on market. Obviously, the longer it's on market tends to convey more motivation. Not always the case, but if you're looking over like 60 days on market right now, it's likely that seller is willing to, at least listen to you. And then I see so many people say the asking price is 150 and their numbers come in at 120. Just make the offer. I mean, make the offer. Like, what's the worst someone could say is no? They can come back to you in, 30, 60 days when it still hasn't sold. And maybe that no is now at least a conversation. So even if you think that the offer's low, just make it, especially on the MLS. Referrals, obviously, like, let people know what you're doing. Post on social media. Get out there. Get out of your comfort zone. Because if people can't participate, if they don't know what you're doing, that's how you get referrals. Is someone has to know that you are buying, renovating, and renting houses, or how would they ever know to bring you a deal? So that's my best advice on that. All right, what do we have? Okay, Lizzie, she's coming in. Okay, this is a hard one. She's coming in on the hard questions. Sorry, my computer. What tends to be the biggest obstacle to growing, scaling, 52 and 52 being crazy, access to lenders, deals, something different? For me, personally, it is, we're tight with our hard money. I have, good amount of private money, or I'm able to raise it pretty easily. For me, it is a matter of checking every box every single time. To get a property all the way through the BRRRR process, you have your title agent, wholesaler, real estate agent, insurance agent, contractors, subcontractors, your cleaner, your photographer, your, if you have an admin, if you have residents, you start having applications, then you have, potentially rental assistance programs, you have software, you have so many touch points. You have payments for all this. I mean, you're working with tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars. So just a matter of checking every box every time. I've gotten it down pretty well in like 8 to 10 at a time. To get to 52, we would need to be closer to, 15 to 20 at a time, like honestly double. 15 to 20 at a time with every single one of those touch points. Like, your systems have to be rock solid. And if someone can't do their job, you have to have a backup for the backup, So it's just a matter of like putting the right people in place. And then once you have it and you're super confident, you just turn up the volume. So we're good with our systems now. Of course, like anything, things fall through the cracks, but I'm working on the end of this year, getting a couple little things dialed in. And I think if we can do it, then I may go for it. But you're going to hear me being loud. To buy a deal a week, I have to be screaming from the rooftops. This is what I buy. This is how much I'll pay. This is what it's like to work with me. It can't be a secret what I'm doing, or no one's going to send me the deals that I need to hit this goal, right? So it's a matter of putting the steps in place and then scaling it up and nailing it. Whew. I gotta get my mindset right. There's a lot of mindset stuff here. All right. Here's a good one. How do I see this? How do I stay? Sorry, y'all, my computer is having a mind of its own. Izzy was asking, how do I stay on track day to day working for myself? So first and foremost, I genuinely love it. I wake up every day and I'm excited. So that helps because the motivation's high. I have planners. I have this custom planner page that I've made that's like exactly what I need for my business. So I write everything down. I have planners. I have incredible team members who I outsource a lot to. But it's a lot of, honestly, internal motivation. I have seen the benefits of real estate firsthand, and I've seen what it's done for others. So it keeps me, it's really easy to stay motivated when you're winning, when you're seeing the results, right? So that's how I kind of stay on track day to day, is small sections towards a bigger goal, and know that the big goal is worth every single bit of stress, pain, indecision, whatever I have day to day, that the outcome far outweighs any of that. So mindset, keep your mind right, wake up excited, do things you love. Honestly, that's good. How many, do I have a goal for how many homes you would like? So I don't know who posted this, but it sounds like it would be my wife, because she's like, when is enough enough? And I'm like, when you build the machine, it's so hard to turn it off. It is so hard to turn off the machine. I don't have a goal. I look at quarterly. I'm kind of looking quarterly, and as long as I'm still enjoying what I do, then I don't want to stop. If I stop enjoying what I'm doing, maybe it's time to take a step back and figure out something else, because what is life if you don't enjoy it? And I know that sounds so cheesy, and you guys came here to learn about real estate and probably not my inner workings of my mind and all that. But if I don't love it, I don't want to freaking do it. But I still love it. So I'm not going to stop. I don't have a goal. How does that sound? Laura hates that answer. Ooh, here we go. Oh, wait. No. How many doors do you think I'll need before we see the boutique hotel? So Lizzie knows about, I have a dream for a boutique hotel with themed rooms, and they would all be so silly, like a captain's room. I don't know, whatever it is, just funny themed rooms. I don't know, 5 years, maybe, when I am absolutely loving this community, building the community, with Rentals Made Easy, with our 90-day challenge students. I'm having an absolute blast, and I don't really want to pull away from that right now. So when I stop having fun, I really focus a lot on where your mind wanders when you're daydreaming is where you should be focusing, right? So if you are daydreaming about your life on the beach, do whatever you can to get you to that point. If you're daydreaming about a, I don't know, boutique hotel or something like that, I want to do a cat rescue. If you're daydreaming about that, do whatever you can to get to that point, right? Because when you stop having fun, doing what you're doing and like having that next thing to look forward to, then I don't know, life is just not fun. So, all right. If anyone has any last like real estate questions, these were super personal, and I don't mind it. I love sharing with you kind of, my mindset and all that. I think it's super valuable to see, I'm just honestly a normal person and built a portfolio and just am having fun doing it. So totally possible. And if you have any real estate questions, speak now. Forever hold your peace. All right. Well, I am live here every single Tuesday at 2:00 Eastern. If you have any topics that you want to know, reach out to me. I'm here for you. Would love to share anything I can. So we will see you next week. Thanks, guys.